What's up? It's your tech homeboy. What is going on? I can't wait to dive into this topic. I can't wait to see your comments. I can't wait to see your personal experience. So go ahead, leave a like for me, and let's have this conversation. All right, you see the thumbnail, you see the title. Let's dive into it. If black media income is 42,000, how is six figures not a lot? I know you've seen the conversation. You've probably been one of the people leaving comments on the conversation. You've probably watched some YouTube videos and just blogs and vlogs about it, about how six figures is not that much and how six figures is not a lot. Have you seen some of the conversation? Is that just me? We're going to dive into the data first before we have this conversation. I'm going to talk about some of the median incomes across the country and talk about how it relates to this overall conversation of is six figures enough or not. You see the graphics on the screen. They should be here, they should be here, they should be somewhere, okay? So we have median income in this country of 70,000. You might see some data that says 67, 68. My data, which you will see in the description, my data says 70,000. We're gonna keep it real simple, and that was last gathered in 2021. 70,000 median income for the American household. White median income, 77,000. That is the white median income for the household, 77,000. And then you get to black median income, which I have at 44,000. That is 44,000 for the black median income household. Addition, you see my graphic, you see the distribution of income by the income group, right? You see that half make less than 50,000. So when you hear this conversation, always keep in your mind that half of black households have an income of under 50,000. Now let's talk about real quick what that means exactly. What does that look like? So again, we're diving into this conversation. Is six figures a lot? Well, we know that half of black households have an income of under 50,000. That is the gross income of everyone in the household who is working sums up to under 50,000. And obviously the other 50% make over 50,000. So let's say one household let's say you have a person that make 45,000. This can be a correctional officer. It can be a teacher in some states. This can be a probation officer. A lot of different roles you can think who are making, 20 to 24,000. I'm sorry, $20 to $24 an hour. You can think of a lot of roles within that span. All right. Let's say that this other person makes 57,000, and I will talk about why I use that number a little bit later. 57,000, that comes out to just 10,000 more for the year. That comes out to 800 per month, or about 850 a month. What does that look like? What kind of life does that person live compared to the person making 45,000? That's 3, maybe 4 NBA games per month, depending on your market, depending if your team can hoop. That comes out to childcare tutoring, or after school tutoring rather. That comes out to maybe an additional summer, winter program for your kids as well. That $800 to $1,000 a month definitely looks different for each person. You tell me in the comments, how would you use an extra $800 to $1,000 a month? A quick recap: median income for the household of all Americans, 70,000. For black median income, you have 46,000. Remember those numbers. Now, if you go to one of my first videos, I'll talk about software support, different software roles you can learn simply by mastering how to use and support a software. The software can be Windows, right? It can be Epic if you're in the healthcare field. It can be Office 365 if you're working in a small business or a law office. You may be familiar with that. even Zoom, right? Even Jira, ADO. These are some softwares you guys can look up in your own time. If you can master the art of troubleshooting these softwares or troubleshooting in general, whether it's any desktop problems, printer problems, cell phone problems, you can get to this salary. Okay. Now, in a previous video, I talked about Office 365, which is a cloud-based subscription service. If you learn specifically the admin center of Office 365, and you'll see some graphics here. If you can learn how to configure, manage, monitor all of the services under Office 365, if you learn how to pay bills, create email groups, create distribution lists, prohibit access from certain emails. If you have certain emails that keep bombing your company and you want to block them, or you have certain websites that you want to restrict to your employees, or you want to create a password policy, all of these things can be completed in the admin center of Office 365. And that is only one software. There are several hundreds of softwares that you can learn how to configure and manage to your company's liking or to your employer's liking. According to ZipRecruiter.com, the median salary for someone who is in the Office 365 admin role is $67,000. All right, $67,000. Depending on your market, you will get paid depending on what market you live in. So $67,000 doesn't sound like a lot. You just need to look it up in your own area. See what people who work in the Office 365 admin role, see what they make. And that really is less than a year of studying. You can earn more than 50% of Black Americans and almost equal the American household, which is 70,000. Remember that. So a lot of leaps and bounds you can make. You can learn Office 365 and a lot of the other softwares I mentioned earlier. You can learn that without even knowing how to program, without coding. It's one of those non-coding required roles. So if you're a little nervous about programming, coding, anything like that, this is one of those roles where you don't need to learn that, okay? If you have any questions about how to learn Office 365, about other tech roles, you can email me, you can leave a comment, you can check out some of the links below. We have some Facebook groups in there. I have an academy where you can learn Scrum and Agile. There's so many ways you can tap into this tech market. I can't wait to answer all of your questions. I can't wait to make more videos for you guys. Tell me what you think. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you disagree with anything I'm saying, please, for sure, leave a comment. I can't wait to chat with you later. It's your tech homeboy doing it only like I know how to do it. Peace out.